Alright, okay, Chad, I'm back at it again with the, I'm back at it again with testing Office Phone because I hate myself. Oy, oy. Hang on a quick second. So again, I do have to do another shift tomorrow, so I don't know how long we're streaming tonight, but we'll try to go a decent amount of time, I guess. Probably just the normal time. We'll see. Ugh. What? Yum yum. She thinks crawling in my lap is gonna get me to open the door, and it's not. It's not. I don't care how cute you are. I'm not opening the door. Not while I'm streaming. Nope. Nope. No. No. Please deposit 5 coins, Banette. Deposits 5 coins. Ha ha! Ha! Hi, Farah. Also, Chad, I gotta talk about work today, because holy shit. Okay. I know there's not a lot of, like, car people in my audience. At least I doubt there are. Nothing against anybody. It's just not really, like, a field that, like, intertwines with Dead by Daylight. But, let me just say that if you buy a part for a car, and you install that part, and you come back to the store demanding a refund when the part works fine, you just didn't need it, but you still put it in, you are an idiot. That's all I'm gonna say. So, okay, I'll get fully into the story. Okay, so here's what happened. I'm going over to Pig because she's quiet while I say the story. Okay, here's what happened. Okay, so a guy came in last week. Actually, it was like Saturday. He bought an alternator because he said something was going on with his power in his truck. So he buys an alternator. He takes the alternator home. He installs it. He comes back a couple hours later and gets me to test the battery and all the electrical systems. I tell him the alternator's fine, the starter's fine, the battery's dead, you need a new battery. So I sell him a new battery. He puts it in. I was going to, but I was busy, and he ended up doing it himself. Regardless, not the point of the story. So then he comes back the next day with the alternator we sold him and says that he wants his money back because he didn't need it. And we told him that company policy is that you cannot return an electrical component once it has been installed. You can't. I can defective it. If it doesn't work, I can defective it. But if it was installed, I can't return it. So then he starts yelling bloody murder about this. So then we meet the guy halfway. We're like, okay, fine, man. I'll tell you what, I'll give you, we'll defective exchange it even though it wasn't broken, by the way. It worked just fine. We'll defective exchange it. So then he comes back in today, and I defective exchange it, and this son of a bitch, he was like, okay, well, now I want to return this one. It's brand new. I didn't install it. That is not how this works. Then he threatened to sue me and call the police because I was, and I quote, stealing $250 from him. I hate people. Not you guys. You guys are cool. On that terrible note, we're going to keep suffering in misery with Office Phone.
Was that the bite of 87?
Sure. It was the bite of it. It was the Karen of 87. Even though it was what's the male name for Karen? I forget. I know there's a name for it. This dude was yelling so loud at me, by the way, my coworker almost punched him for me. It was the funniest shit. My favorite thing about situations... Also, hi, Yoshi. My favorite thing about situations like that is always, like, They're like, well, I want to speak to your manager. First off, I am the manager. Second off, here's their number, here's my name, and here's the store number. Go ahead. I already talked to him about it.
Hello? Hello?
Hello. Hi, Theo. Yoshi, if you're here, help me find a build for Office Phone that actually works. This is what I got so far. Just like constant obliviousness. And then discordance, just so I know when survivors are grouped up. I got nothing. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Oh, Riley, we're like, oh, brother, we can't do it. People do that shit all the time. There was a lady a few weeks ago. She bought a jug of oil. Okay? And the jug, she brought it back and said the jug started leaking, so she wanted to return it. Here's the kicker in why we didn't return it. She waited a week. It took you a week to realize it was leaking? A week. On top of that, technically the seal wasn't popped, so it wasn't leaking on the way out. So no, I'm not returning that. She got really mad about that one. I love working in customer service. I get to be yelled at for shit that's not even my fault. I love it. Celebrate, face the darkness, discord. Why Blood Echo? Everything else on there makes sense to me except Blood Echo. What about purple guy drawing? Because the person with the axe I'm gonna leave alone, right? I think I talked about this a little bit last night, but yeah, I'm gonna leave the guy with the axe alone. This lets me know where they go afterwards. Hemorrhage for Office Phone to regress heals, but it makes them want to heal so they don't get exhausted with how strong exhausts are. True. Interesting. Alright, we'll try it. I got nothing to lose. Thing is, we got value. Okay, let me rephrase that. Office Phone went off like 6 times last night in like the 3 matches we played. I just don't really think it did anything. That's my problem with this add-on. I just don't know if it did anything. It's like, oh wow, it broke them. Now what? Like, let's say okay, let's say someone unhooks, you throw an axe at the unhooker while they're healing the other person. Okay, now the other person gets broken because they're in the range. Okay, so the healing regresses and it stops. But they can just go away and heal next to somebody. Office Phone lets Face the Darkness activate in your terror radius. Blood Echo either regresses heals or forces them to waste time healing through Get to Pain, and Disco is to find grouped up. Okay. And then Poster is just to make them run around faster so there's a better chance they actually run into their teammates. I never thought about this. Does it tell the survivor you have Office Phone? But no, Yoshi, my point is, like, that's the ideal situation. Even then, it didn't really help you do anything but tunnel. Ideally. Like, that's best case scenario is it helps you tunnel. I figured it tells the others. I was curious if it told the person with the axe. It's just like assessing value from this add-on is just so difficult. It's similar to like most of the exhaustion add-ons. It's like you'll never know until the end of the match most of the time. But even then, like, you know. The Oblivious was really bad too, because like I got it to go off like in range of a of a survivor who wasn't injured last night. It was a Leon on Sanctum of Wrath, and the problem with that was he could see me. Who cares? Fair enough. I'm just saying, if it lingered for 15 seconds, I think the add-on would be just fine. I really don't think that would be too much. What's up, broskies? Hey, Gibbous. Oh, to all the people who got those gifted subs, there's your person to thank, by the way. Depending on... Yeah, that's true. I don't know. It's just... Like, I know you think it's bad still.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, Noob King. I know you also still think it's bad, as much as you like it. But, dear God, this add-on is just so... headache-inducing. It rules on the... I mean, maybe. I could see it working on smaller maps, but... Like, people make the argument that Freddy's Hat is also map dependent, and it kind of is, but at the same time, you can play around Freddy's Hat. I make this argument all the time. It's like, if you're running Freddy's Hat, and I get a hit at a short loop because the arc was different, and it was shorter and easier to land, I can show you a clip of that happening, and be like, look, Freddy's Hat did something. I can't really do that for Office Phone. The Circle of Healing, so I denied their boon most of the game. I see. Do you think if they made the range like 40 meters, it would be better? Well, it'd also help if I could land my fucking axe, you know? I'm gonna let him go. Face of Darkness should start proccing. I want to run it from this side. Okay, leave him. I can't believe that worked. Gift of Pain on this one. Discordance pops over there. Face of Darkness is still going off. Woo! What if Office Phone showed you? What if Office Phone showed you the auras of hooks while carrying survivors? you see, these are the ideas we need.
I like that the theme of the add-on is the survivor with the axe in their back is the phone guy warning the others to stay away with the axe aura, but they're distracted by him, making it harder to track the animatronic with the oblivious effect.
I can kind of see that. Okay. We hit her. Face of Darkness goes off. She also gets Celebrate poster. I completely forgot I had Celebrate poster. That does that. She didn't get broken? I hate this game. Oh, and then she stepped...
Well, it seems that your journey has ended. Very sorry about that. It was always going to end this way, of course. If it weren't by me, it would have just been by some other, terrible thing. Just, you could not imagine how terrible it would be. Just, I get scared thinking about it. Glad it's not me. Reminds me of a time I was speaking to my good friend Orville. We were sitting on a park bench watching the pigeons. I was on the left, he was on the... Was I on the right or left? Anyways, it doesn't matter. We were sitting on there watching the pigeons. And I said to Orville, "Friend, those birds are frozen." And he kind of looked at me like I lost my mind. But I reminded him that it was winter, and often birds will sit in a tree until they freeze. And then they sort of fall to the ground until the sun warms up and they can, move around again. So I said to Orville, "You might as well save those breadcrumbs until the birds thaw, because they can't very well enjoy them in the condition they're in." To which he asked what I meant, asking what condition the crumbs should be in before he threw them to the birds, assuming that I meant the birds couldn't enjoy the breadcrumbs in the condition that the crumbs were in, when in fact I had meant the birds could not enjoy them in the condition that the birds were in, considering that the birds were frozen. So he took a moment and then threw his last handful onto the ground. I said to him, "Orville, why did you throw the breadcrumbs to the birds when I just told you they're frozen?" To which he responded, "The breadcrumbs are not frozen." Again, misunderstanding my words. I didn't mean to say that the breadcrumbs were frozen when I said I told you they're frozen. I'd been
What being in a duct system does to a motherfucker.
In hindsight, what I should have said was, and this would make perfect sense, "Why did you throw the breadcrumbs to the birds when the birds are frozen?" He misunderstood upon my correction, stating that he didn't know what else to do with the breadcrumbs, and that perhaps, when the birds thawed, they'd still be able to eat the crumbs. So I said to Orville, and this is what I said to him, I said, "Orville, the birds may be dead."
The birds might be dead, Chet. I think Laura's over here. Okay, I let her go. Celebrate poster pops there. I think you're dead. We'll get Blood Echo on both of these guys at least. See, again, at some point, you gotta ask. Orville, you're a dumbass. I knew it. It seems you've met a terrible fate, Laura. Okay, how much was that up to Office Phone? Oh my god. Smash hit, finesse. Oh, she hit decisive. Wow. All of it. That was all Office Phone. Fair enough. That's why the gens were going so fast. Holy shit. The other thing, I need to make a name for an add-on like this. I feel like Office Phone is an add-on, again, I don't have an official name. I want to call it the VOD Review add-on. It's an add-on where you don't really notice what it did throughout the match unless you watch it back. Because even that Rose, who got... Rose was like, she was broken. You guys told me she was broken because, especially you, Yoshi, were probably actually paying attention and watching it. While in the middle of a match, I can't constantly dart back and forth every 2 seconds to double check that. I legitimately thought she was just out of range the whole time. It's similar, like I said, to most exhaustion add-ons, or perks and add-ons, you know? They're more dead than these survived. You know, chat, I appreciate that you guys don't give me too much shit for not reading chat as much when I'm in the match. I appreciate you guys for that. It's not easy. Ask anyone who streams Killer. It is not easy to look at chat while you're streaming Killer. There has to be a name for, like, an add-on. Whoa, he's ignoring me. I know, right? Noob, I don't even know who you are. That was mean. I'm sorry. Do I have more cakes on Nemesis? 100 and... I have more cakes on the characters I'm leveling up in the background than the one I'm playing. That's sad. I also don't know who New King 3000 is. Some weirdo hangs out in Twitch streamers chats. Yoshi, I think I'm going to try Purple Guy drawing. Just so I can get info on the guy who runs away. 1987 cakes on Springtrap. The Madman. The Madman themselves. Blue Purple Guy drawing, exactly. I don't know. I don't think Scott would have called him the blue guy. Just the blue guy. Okay, so chat, as someone who runs a not very successful YouTube channel and streams a lot and talks about Dead by Daylight a lot, I don't really want to put this in a or make a video about this. I might tell Sage about this. I feel like this is a video Sage would make. But I want to talk about implicit bias. And what I mean by that is, like, people can say they're not biased, and I'm not talking sides, right? DBT, you hardly know me. And I'm not talking sides. Like, I'm not talking killer bias or survivor bias. I'm just talking opinion bias. And what I want to bring up about it is, like, there's this idea that, like, well, people can be rational and think logically, and, like, if you present enough, if you present an argument correctly, it might help change their mind, or at least sway them to your side, or help them understand like how your thought process goes. Also, Yoshi, I don't know why that didn't do text to speech. Did it do text to speech? Did I zone out that much? I might have zoned out that much. I'm sorry. Because, like, I think a good example is tier lists in DBD. They're, like, a very, very good example of this. Because killer strengths change all the time, but because of implicit bias, based on past experiences and the opinions we've held for a while, a lot of those opinions don't change, even if they should. I think a good example we're seeing right now is Vecna. I still see people putting Vecna in, like, low to mid B tier, because that's where he was before. But after his recent buffs, I think he's genuinely an A tier now. Same with Houndmaster. Chucky. This happened with Chucky, too. I still see some people say Chucky is C tier. And it doesn't matter what you tell them or try to explain to them why it's not true or what has changed to make it not true. They hold on to their opinion. Of course, they're going to be... Of course, it's what they believe. If they didn't believe it, they wouldn't say it, you know? I made that tier list in the video. I was thinking about this because of that tier list I made in the Axe video, or was it the Axe video? No, it was the base kit changes rework video. I did a tier list in that. I made that tier list in like 5 minutes. I didn't think about it too much. I just knew who to put at the top, knew who to put at the bottom, generally knew where everybody should, quote unquote, should go, and then I put Springtrap right in the middle, just to prove a point. That's all I did. Some people looked way into that one, though. I'm invited, chat. Let's go. Let's go. Why is there no other door near here? What? Someone removed the axe from her. What? Look at that Oblivious, chat. Look at that Oblivious, though. Is she gonna remove her axe at any point? What a fail. Flat out of here, really thinking she had that, huh? Hey, Annie. Perfect. Change targets. Oh, the Oblivious legit might have got me that hit. I don't think she realized I was going for her, and then she could have taken... Office phone, oh, yes, Office phone's the OP. It's OP, chat. You saw it here first. I think it actually got me tangible value one time, and it's OP. Time to summon Toon Banette in attack mode. Aren't Toon cards illegal? I want to chase her on this side. I can't believe that worked. Genuinely. What? What? I'm playing John Dracula. You missed me getting, like, almost legitimate office phone value from the Oblivious, actually. Clearly she has power struggle. She was on the ground for a second. I like how that got her to leave. Okay, leave her there. We go for the hit and run. She's back on that gen. I'm gonna head over there. Kick this. They're both over there. There's no door here. Okay, the door's right there. Where? She's up top. That breaks the other one. Wait, how did she get endurance? She almost went right back into it. She's gonna go into the main building. That's fine. I didn't even know she was dead. Nice dead hard. Send you over there. They're probably on that main one. I don't think I have time to get over there. Thank you for the hydrate, Coastal.
Please deposit 5 coins.
Oh, I got 5 coins! I'm feeling really emotional, chat. Nice dead hard. Now I know you both have it. Worth a shot? She probably went below. Nice. That was good. Can't do it twice, though. Sable's still here? Okay. Honestly, office phone got me value there. I'll be 100%. Yoshi, I'll give you that one. It gave me value there. The one time, also thank you for the posture check. Oh my god, that was such a fucking. I know it's bad ham, but man, I had to go intense on that one. Yeah, it's worth a shot. GG's. I got a 3K on bad ham versus that. I'll take it. Mmm. Hot damn. Yeah, I still don't know how the staple wiggled out. I legitimately don't. Yes, yeah. That's the title of the video. Office phone plus bad ham equals free win. 100% chat. Maybe they just had butterfinger. Yeah, I mean, have you seen his fingers? I'm surprised more things don't slip out of them, honestly. You can do it with Vazcoin, too? Wait, hold up. Let me read this real quick. You could run Office Phone with Paper Plate and Starstruck. They'd be oblivious until you get the axe grab. Then Starstruck would activate. Also, someone brought up the Toon cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! I hate the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. It made me think things were better than they were when I was a kid. Wouldn't that still work without Office Phone, though? Well, no, because they'd be in your terror radius. The idea is they wouldn't run away. It would be like a trap. Like, they wouldn't know that you had Starstruck until the axe gets pulled out. Well, no. I see the vision. I see the vision. Yeah, eruption counts. I'm honestly super surprised we won that match. I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. What would we swap for Starstruck, though? Face the Darkness? Discordance for Starstruck, Face the Darkness for Agi, or Phantom Fear. Could probably just go with Agi. Do I just do my remote hook build with this? You think that would work? Just throw one Awaken Awareness so I know if anyone's nearby. Wait! What about Infectious? Infectious maybe instead of Agi? Maybe. Three, two, one. God, he does it so much. They really need to make that not happen as much. You think we should keep Blood Echo? Get to Pain, I think, is fine, but do you think we should keep Blood Echo? Yeah? Okay. Well, this is definitely a build. I love how there's so much theory crafting with this add-on, but we're just like, it's still not going to be good. Like, it'll work. Would switching obsessions while having Dark Devotion and Starstruck make the new obsession exposed? Yeah, it should if the cooldown's there, because your terror radius moved. Also, I thought Starstruck didn't work. Oh, right, it doesn't. Okay, I see what you're saying. Stay undetectable. Yeah. Because I was thinking, because Fast Coin doesn't apply status or terror radius stuff. It just makes a fake terror radius, basically. Which I understand why it doesn't, because you can literally leave it there forever, but still. Those two are the cornerstones of the build. I'd argue Face the Darknesses too, but we're experimenting. Eh. Does the expose go down even if in the terror radius? Like the timer? Yes. Yeah, the moment they touch the terror radius, they get, yeah, for 30 seconds. Yeah. It's 30 seconds until the person's not being carried anymore. If you down the obsession with Dark Devotion and you have friends till the end, will the person who becomes the obsession gain the terror radius? Yeah, they should. Because it's still on cooldown. No, they wouldn't, because it doesn't work that way with Nemesis either. No, yeah. Yeah, because if you're running Nemesis... Oh. Okay. If you're running Nemesis with Dark Devotion, if the obsession switches, the terror radius doesn't move. You just remain undetectable. Yes, Dark Devotion does inflict terror radius perks on survivors. Almost all the terror radius perks in the game that do something like that, like even Unforeseen does that. There's a couple exceptions. Fazcoin is one of them. I assume the reason is because in theory, you're never going to do this, but in theory, you could just leave the axe there with the Terror Radius the whole match. Okay, I guess I'm restarting my game. So downing the Obsession with Starstruck gives a 40-meter Terror Radius. Yeah, it would. The thing with Starstruck, though, is that you would want a smaller Terror Radius. Smaller Terror Radius is better for Starstruck. On most killers, there's exceptions. That's why, like, Deathslinger back in the day, Starstruck used to be one of his best perks. Because when you had a 24-meter Terror Radius plus Monitor and Abuse, your Terror Radius... your Terror Radius was so small that if anyone came close to you, they would get exposed, and now you can just follow up on it. But funny? I mean, fair enough, I guess. That would also work with Infectious. Yeah, if you run Dark Devotion... I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Dark Devotion Infectious might not be a bad combo now. Because if you down... So if you hit the Obsession, Dark Devotion activates, and you down the Obsession while Dark Devotion is still on them, the Scream would be 40 meters, regardless of what killer you're playing. Even if you're undetectable. Now, the caveat, of course, is that you would have to find the Obsession to do it. Friends? Yeah, Friends can help with that, yeah. Or you can run Nemesis to make sure you're always chasing your Obsession. Even if you down them, because Dark Devotion works on downs, too. It's any damage. You become a successful survivor when the Obsession loses a health state. Your Terror Radius transfers to the Obsession for 45 seconds, and its radius is set to 40 meters. You are granted undetectable for the effect of this duration. The survivor with the transfer Terror Radius is also considered to be inside the Terror Radius for other purposes. Huh. I might test that. I don't know what killer that would be good to test on. Who's a killer that could make really good use of that doesn't already have a 40-meter TR? I'm thinking, like, if you run Dark Devotion with Infectious Fright, if you down the Obsession, your Terror Radius would be 40 meters from the Obsession. Oh, you know who that actually might be nuts on? Fucking Houndmaster. Oh, that might actually be insane on her. It could probably be decent on Larry, too. Pyramid Head might make some good use out of that, actually, especially with the new add-ons they're adding. Oni could probably go insane with that. He already runs Infectious, why not? Vecna, oh my god, Vecna would probably go insane with it too. Yeah, you down the Obsession, you get the 40-meter Scream, which is like half the map. I'd say like I don't know, a third of the map, but still, you get a 40-meter scream. You hear the scream, you fly over to that scream, and if you're also running Phantom Fear, the moment your terror radius comes back, even if you don't find the person immediately, you would because of Phantom Fear. The problem with Kaneki and Blight, though, Yoshi, is that they already have 40-meter terror radius. It wouldn't really matter. But they would be undetectable, which would matter. Did I just come up with, like, the new slug build? Dark Devotion, Infectious, Friends to the End? And then some other perk? Chlorophobia. That's cruel. Actually, that's actually not a bad idea to run Chlorophobia with Dark Devotion. Oi, I want some credit. I asked, I think. Sure, noob. It was all your idea. All your idea. To get me to start theory crafting about this. Dark, it wouldn't even be bad on, like... Because the reason I don't usually run Infectious on Springtrap is because a lot of times you're undetectable because you use the door, then you're undetectable for 20 seconds. If you get it down, then Infectious doesn't go off. That, like... Where's my keys to the city? But, like, even on, like, a killer like Springtrap, it wouldn't matter because the terror radius gets transferred to the Obsession. So you would still get to use Infectious, even though you're undetectable. Or, like, Skull Merchant, who's, like, constantly undetectable. It wouldn't make Skull Merchant good, but, you know, it's a synergy there. Hell, you combo that with her Eerie that gives her, like, the terror radius on her drones when they're disabled. And you could literally get screams throughout the entire match. Night would be crap. What, for what we're talking about, or just in general? Okay, Oblivious goes off. He drops the... Infectious goes off. You know what they could have done to make this add-on actually useful? Hear me out. Hear me out. Just make it so the axe doesn't do Oblivious on its own. Boom. The add-on has use now. I can't believe that missed. Okay, that hits. You think this guy went back over here? No. Damn it. When I make it do the inverse? What, so it doesn't apply the Oblivious? Would that be useful? Y'all might want to run. Whoever happens to be over here. I did not mean to go to 6. I wanted to go to 7, but whatever. What if it showed the auras of other survivors in range for like 4 seconds? That wouldn't be terrible. I don't think that would be terrible. No one's nearby either. It doesn't help that hitting this shit is not easy. Did she go straight to Shaq? She didn't dodge wide. Okay. I'm heading to bed. Have a good rest of your stream. Good luck getting office phone clips. Yeah, clips. Clips. That's the word I'd use. Brother, you just didn't give a fuck, did you? He knows. That was a very good fake. Fuck. One's nearby. Infectious didn't go off. Unless they have calm spirit for some stupid reason. What if survivors within 8 meters of the axe when the environment were oblivious? That could be interesting. If they get hit with the bubble, they go oblivious. That could be interesting. I've heard a couple other ideas. One I heard a lot was make it so when they're hit with the axe, they get some kind of other debuff. Are you dead? You are dead. I didn't think I caught her last time. Incapacitated? You know? Yeah, maybe fuck it. We just make it so they're incapacitated when they have the axe on them. You have power struggle. Can't be an issue with that. I think a lot of things will be an issue with that. There goes Gabe. GG's. I'll take a 2K. Quick and quiet Iron Will. Yeah, the idea is there. I just don't think Starstruck was the play. You love the new PNG? I love the new PNG too. What if they let Springtrap use the cameras with like a 40% increase on recalling the axe? I feel like the more I think about it, it is kind of funny that Springtrap himself can't use the cameras. What if that's what Body's guitar strings did? Instead of showing you Genors, it lets you use the camera as Springtrap. Yeah, I think Discordance and then, oh my god, I forgot what the other perk we had was. What was the fourth perk, chat? Does anyone remember? The survivors won't use cameras. Someone Starstruck. I don't think it was Starstruck. I think it was You look at them with a camera and it instantly injures them. There you go. I saw someone make a suggestion where one of his iridescents should make it so if survivors spot you in a camera, they become exposed. And I was like, and someone worded the argument the best, which is, we want people to actually use the cameras. The funny thing about Office Phone is, like, Hysteria does its job better. In, like, every way. In, like, every way. This add-on is such dog shit. I hate it. When you look at a survivor with an embedded axe through cameras, they get grabbed. I don't remember what the fourth fucking perk was. Discordants to know where they are, gets a pain to do that, and then they're injured, and then... Someone save me from the nothing I've become. I completely forgot. Phone Guy add-on does the entire first night phone call from FNAF 3. I had to listen to that when I was getting footage for my video. That's Phone Dude, by the way, not Phone Guy. Two different people. If he would shut up for 4 minutes, or for like 2 minutes, so I could actually think about what perk I want to bring. Just turn game audio. Then I'm going to forget to turn it back on, but sure. Damn it, Yoshi, what was the perk? Oh, Face the Darkness, that's what it was. Okay. We'll keep trying it. I mean, it's kind of working, but not really. Do I need to level up Deathslinger, by the way? Yes, because I'm out of poison chains. Oh. Just let it linger, chat. That's all I gotta do. If the effect just lingered for like 15 to 20 seconds, it would be decent. Not good, but decent. God, it's so sad. What if... You know, I just thought about something. What if me testing this... Because Springtrap's play rate went down a little bit. Quite a bit, actually. But what if me testing this is increasing the pick rate of this add-on so behavior thinks it's fine? Fuck! No. There's this one guy who uses it every match. So clearly it's okay. I didn't even fucking think about that. Shit. Actually, I don't even know what his pick rate is at the moment on Nightlight. Killer pick rates, Nightlights. Let's see. Oh no, he's still at 30%. At least on Nightlight. 52% kill rate. Who's the highest kill rate right now, I wonder? Freddy. It's still Freddy. Freddy, Vecna, Hag, Ghoul, Plague are the top 5 killers in the game, according to Nightlight. Everyone should start using Office Phone so it gets nerfed. Yeah, we noticed our Springtrap players are bringing Office Phone in 99% of matches, so we're gonna nerf it. Plague, I'm not surprised, to be honest. Oh, there's an easy way to nerf it. You just make the range lower. You just make it like 12 meters instead of 24. So it's even more dog shit than it is now. Or you increase the downside that doesn't matter. Make it 5. It's 5 meters of the person. 1 meter. By the way, if you ever want to know what 3 meters is, it's the bubble radius from the axe. It's negative 5 meters. It doesn't have a radius. It only affects the person with the axe in them, even though it already does that because of the base effect of the axe. I always forget the axe makes them oblivious while it's in them. I always forget that. It's basically what Office Phone does. It just, Office Phone makes it so all of the effects the axe does to the person who has it embedded transfers to anyone in the range. That's all it's doing, realistically. That's just not a very good thing, because most people don't even care about the effects of the axe. The good thing about the axe is that it breaks them. Cardinal! Cardinal, thank you for the bird raid. Welcome in Raiders. My name is Fake Banette. I am a PNG tuber who used to main Chucky. Now I am addicted to Springtrap. We're testing Office Phone, arguably his worst add-on. The realization I could have got a grab on him. Ricardo, what were you up to? Welcome in. I'll give you that shout out later. Oh. Nice double back. I'm gonna head back over here. We're gonna do that. Decisive, maybe? Office phone traps survivors in the office for 7 seconds. For those who don't know what Office Phone does, by the way, I wouldn't blame you. Office Phone is an add-on that makes it so whenever you embed someone with an axe, whenever you embed someone with an axe, they get oblivious and broken if injured. That's what it does. It is not very good. But we're trying to get that value. Cams don't need line of sight to scan you, by the way. I know. I would assume that was a, what's it called? That was a concession to make the cams, I thought that would go over the gen. Steve is juicing me. Why does everyone think that works? Just keep running. Oof, your chat's so empty. I know, right? I kind of like it. It's kind of relaxing. You think he has dead hard, chat? Steve, I just gotta wait. You touched the gen, so I know you don't have decisive. What? You touched the gen! Okay. I'll take it. I guess he didn't touch a gen. We're going to use the 115 to catch up. Never mind. Okay, works for me. You're dead, I think. Boil over! Now, who's dead? The ace? I believe the ace is dead. He's gonna head to Shack, I think. He didn't check spot that. Interesting. I thought he didn't have DS. I thought for sure he touched that gen. I was incorrect. Also, Discordance not going off is scaring me. Okay, now you're dead. Someone's in main building. Discordance on that gen. Yeah, it works for me. Whoop. Discordance carry. Discordance is going to carry me more than Office Phone. That is the sad reality of just how bad this add-on is. Nee. Thank you, Maurice. Oof. Yeah, Ada, I wait that out. Sorry to say. You believe Office Fun is carrying this entire match, even though I kept committing to the axe chases because of how fast the match was going? Its one major use case right now is if I hit Ace right as he unhooks Ada. That's like the best case scenario right now. Best case scenario, right there. Woo! Do you have decisive, Ada? You had dead hard. Why didn't you use it? Oh, you had decisive. Yo, he had unbreakable. That's gonna save this match. She had a med kit. She's gonna go heal up. But I'm gonna go check on one real quick, just in case. And then I'm gonna go back. She's in here. I hear her. If she stays injured, that's best case scenario, because if I do... There's Ace. What if Office Phone had stacks and gained 1 when a gen is done? Stacks could increase range and time over... You think Behavior is gonna add another stack add-on? Come on. We haven't seen that since Dracula. What if it had tokens? What if we gave it tokens? Every time you hit an axe, it like increases, it like lowers your terror radius or some shit. That could be funny. I heard Ada over here. I'm not going to go for them immediately. I'm going to go to 1 and then work my way over with the undetectable. Ada, I waited it out the first time. Did you really think I wasn't going to wait it out the second time? God, this add-on is so bad. I hate it. Also, if they're all injured, you can't even make use out of it, by the way. The best spring goes heat. Well, Taco, I appreciate that. I don't think I'm that good at Springtrap at all. He healed? What about each stat gives you another door? Let's just go fucking insane with it. It gives you a gun. Like, when 5 stacks are done, it just gives you a gun. What if, chat? What if? Where the hell is it? I feel like I went around the entire map. Maniac Cop collab. Oh, I guess I didn't hear it. Yeah, 3K against that? Hell yeah, I'll take that. What if Alpha's phone lets you close the hatch by hitting it with the axe? Then I would have won that match. Cardinal, let me give you your shout out. That was a long match. That was 15 minutes. Holy crap. Oh, whoops. I fucked that up. I fucked it up again. There we go. You may drop DVD if it ever comes out. I mean, it's up to you, Luna. If you're not enjoying DVD anymore, I'd recommend it. Office phone caused the match to drag. Devs, please nerf. Jesus God. Again, like the idea for Office Phone, the idea is there. The idea is there. It is just so bad. And I really do, like, after playing around with it, I think maybe, like, I understand why Yoshi wants Blood Echo in this build, but I don't think it's necessary, but it has been kind of nice. Why does it have a downside? The downside isn't even... no one cares. The downside is so irrelevant, nobody even knows it's there half the time when I bring this add-on up. If they even know what the add-on does in the first place. Again, we can argue about the other add-ons and how good they actually are, right? We can sit here and have a 2-hour debate on how Party Hat is actually pretty okay even on its own. We can discuss how Fazcoin isn't that good either unless you run certain builds with it or have a specific playstyle. We can talk about Purple Guy Drawing not being that good either, or Celebrate Poster, or Access Panel. The difference with every single other add-on is they all do something that's tangibly noticeable, can be built around, has synergy. Like, Streamers. Streamers is another good example. After the nerf, this add-on is not that good. However, I still know people who run this add-on because it feels good. That's value. It does something. Synergy, my friends. Like, even his browns, like, we could argue, like, okay, Rotten Pizza's not that good. Menu's actually pretty good. Greasy Paper Plate's not that good. Or Help Wanted Ad's not that good. But all of them have a point. If you want to get more grabs, run Greasy Paper Plate. Run Greasy Paper Plate. If you want more grabs, run Greasy Paper Plate. It will help you with some leeway on that, right? Has a purpose. Restaurant Menu. Even if you're good at hitting your axes, there will be moments when you miss. So it's always good. Rotten Pizza. If you really want to go into the Killer Instinct side of the bubble, comboing it with Party Hat or even on its own, the extra Killer Instinct can help you with mind games. Boom. Has a purpose. Help Wanted Ad. While not very good as a crosshair add-on, like a lot of the other ones, you can use it in customs to learn lineups on certain loops. Has a purpose. Security Badge. Yeah, it's only an extra 5 seconds, but that's an extra 5 seconds. It does something. Even Curtain, as much as I hate this add-on, it does something. Freddy's Hat's a playstyle change. Foxy's Hook, playstyle change that can make the axe better at loops that it's normally bad at. Chica's Bib can be used to counter head-on, but it's also decently useful at pre-running if you know how to throw the axe properly, and they wait last second to sprint burst. Bonnie's Guitar Strings. Do I even have to explain why this add-on's good? Loot Bag. Funny. It has a niche meme build. Love it. Indo CPU. Makes breaking things faster. A lot of people are running this in general just because it's really good and convenient sometimes. Poster. It makes the chase happen 12% faster. Again, as much as people say this add-on is bad, it makes the chase 12% faster. That's what this add-on does. So it's a good macro game perk, or add-on. Access Panel. Constant information around the map, and you can have some fun meme builds with Access Panel and Fazcoin. Remnant. While not that good, and it does tell them you're coming, you'd be surprised how often, especially if you combo it with Blood Favor, you'll get hits and downs with this. We tested it the other day. It got a lot of use, ironically. 32 meters isn't anything to scoff at. Fazcoin. Again, the Undetectable, while not that good, can help you reset the undetectability once it goes away from you going from a door. You can use it for mind games, and the terror radius stays on the axe forever. Then we have Office Phone. The Oblivious does basically nothing because you have lattice footsteps, so who cares? And the best thing about the Broken is it can help you reset heals. And it can give you information. We have been using this add-on for 2 days now. Over the course of like 10 matches. And I have gotten maybe 3 tangible uses of the Oblivious. And maybe 2 of the Broken. think they need to nerf Endo CPU at all. I think Endo CPU is actually fine where it is. I think the thing people miss about the add-ons like Foxy's Hook and Endo CPU, if people are trying to like get the max value out of these two add-ons, they're basically not using their axe for range, and their hits are actually taking longer. These add-ons aren't nerfing you, they just help Springtrap in the situations where he's normally bad in. What if it removed footsteps and breathing noises while you don't have it? That's an interesting idea. I don't think they do it. And with how sound works in this game, I don't think it would work. Of all the things to make me, like, crash out in this game, who knew it would be a random Springtrap add-on? It's like Pile of Nails all over again, chat. It's Pile of Nails all over again. Every killer I like gets one. Chucky has Pile of Nails. Xenomorph has, what is it? Acidic Blood. Larry. What add-on does Larry have that does something like this? Honestly, most of Larry's add-ons are really good. Oh, Heavy Water. There you go. There it is. Heavy Water. Oh, that too. Yeah, the infection. What is the base infection spreading range, anyways? Decreases bipod cooldown by 15% after slipstreaming a survivor. Why have I never realized this is an add-on? Isn't it, like, instant? My point with Acidic Blood, because I actually don't think it's that bad of an add-on. Problem with Acidic Blood is that Xenomorph is a killer that doesn't get stunned often, so you're gonna have to force yourself to get stunned to get use out of it. That's my problem with it. And at that point, just hit them with your tail. Maybe that was a bad example. Yeah, Molted Skin. After destroying a turret, the deploying survivor suffers the exhaust. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. That takes it. Molted Skin takes it. Okay, never mind. What about, like, Skull? I mean, all of hers, but let's just have one in particular, right? Oh, yeah, low power mode, right? I forgot. Cue the I use low power mode all the time. It used to be 5 seconds. I forgot it was... What the fuck? At least with 30, like, I could see... I'm not often, but I could see situations. Exiting crawler mode due to a turret makes you undetectable for 30 seconds. Turrets take 15 seconds longer to... Ugh. I don't use nanomachine gel because I suck, so my chases are slow enough to not have anything be affected by EMPs. Wait, is that what it's talking about for the cooldown? Is if it's affected by an EMP? I thought it meant for you to be able to use it. Now, noob. They have a lot of usable add-ons now. Xenomorph before, like, the update had, like, 3 add-ons you could realistically use. Overclock duration increased by 8%. Oh, no, Crew Manifest isn't that bad. It gives you the Killer Instinct and the Aura. That's not bad at all for 8 seconds. 8 seconds plus some, if you combine that with Lethal, that's 10 seconds of Aura reading. Yeah, there's a reason self-destruct. I have 0 self-destruct bolt. There's a reason for that. Like, it's just Office Phone is just so bad, man. And again, would adding the linger effect be that good? No, I really don't think it would. Adding 20 seconds of broken if they leave the area, or you down the person with the axe in them, I don't think it would be that good at all. But it's something. Of which I have 7. Yeah, there you go. Self-destruct bolt's fun. I love add-ons like that. That's why I really like Celebrate Poster. And Indo CPU. Add-ons that like affect stuff like that are really cool. Oh, my neck. Ow. I think I am going to combo it with Purple Guy drawing, though. I don't think them having the axe in them longer made a difference. 15% is like an extra half second, if I remember correctly. Because it's 10 seconds. No. How long does it... Hang on. Let me do some maths here. DVD Wiki... Okay, let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Survivor interactions. Security door, office area, batteries, fire axe. Self-removal takes 8 seconds. So, 15% of 8. 15% of 8 seconds. 1.2 seconds. So it adds 1.2 seconds to it. That's if it's an additive bonus, not a multiplicative. If it's a multiplicative bonus... No, that is if it's multiplicative. If it's additive, you would just... No, that doesn't matter unless you're adding other percent... Okay, never mind. For sake of argument, it adds a second to it. What if when you exited a door while using Office Phone, you just FNAF 2 Foxy jump scared forward like 8 meters, and if you hit anyone That's great. Yes, let's do that. Let's do the yeah! I love how Foxy in FNAF 1 had probably the worst jump scare in the series, and then went to having like one of the most iconic in FNAF 2. That's a glow-up story. Also, fun fact, chat, if you would like to do some math here. Here's the math on the fire axe, by the way. The projectile launches at 0.25 seconds. The axe has a speed of 30 meters a second. It has a projectile gravity of 68.6 meters a second squared. The projectile's maximum range is 16 meters. Now, that 16 meters is actually technically a lie. It's 14 meters, but it's 16 meters if you're moving. Because it carries your momentum. Wait, it carries your Wait. Wouldn't that mean haste would give it longer range? Hmm. Also, the grab range is 3 meters, for anyone curious. Yeah, noob, there's a reason why in the rework video or base kit changes video, I said I tried to do the math on how long the axe stays in the air for, and I straight up say in the video, don't trust my math. I did the best I could. Because trying to figure out 80% how long the axe stays in the air and then figure out what 80% of that travel is based off of the numbers I had was not easy. I'm not a mathematician, I'm just some dumb dude on the internet. Do you have a map wide grab? Well, that one leak that we saw a while ago implied it was going to be a not a map wide grab, but like he was going to like force pull the axe back to him while it was still in the survivor, similar to Deathslinger. That's what the leak kind of suggested. So a lot of people say, like, when I talk about him now, like how much I enjoy him, how I said that was stupid, and I did think that was stupid. I thought that idea was really dumb. Perfect. Oh, nice dodge, mate. I don't know why you did what you did, but nice dodge. Now get to pain value, though, champ. I'm gonna leave the axe in the environment. I'm gonna go check on my totem, though. Nice dodge. Nice dodge again. Keep the 115 going. They healed up. I can't believe they healed up, honestly. Oh, I can get to pain. Let's go! I'm gonna throw that there, and then head over here for the exposed. Purple guy drawing, doing his job. Woo! Was this the Sable? Yes. Woo! I was waiting out Dead Hard just in case. Wow. Who else is here? Who else is here? Where are your friends? I thought I got office phone value for a second. Damn it. No big shush, sad. It's fine. I might have been able to get it. Maybe. That actually helped. I knew she was out of range. Nice dodge. I get the 115 though. The amount of sandbagging that just happened was insane, by the way. To just yell instead of going actual jumps, like every like there's a 5% chance he just goes ah. Run into your team. Run into your team. No discordance, so I've got time. That was a very good dodge. Keep them all injured. He's gonna drop that. Yep. She went up, by the way. Oh no, you didn't go up. Woo! You should have a 0.1% chance to install malware. That would be the real glitch trap. The other one's nearby. I don't know where he is, but he's nearby. I think he's up top doing that gen. Body. The real glitch trap is free Minecraft, no virus. Alright, I'm gonna guess the other one went over here. Even though he's gonna start looking for Hatch, but... Does the glitch have a fart sound when he lands after falling, or am I losing it? You're losing it. Your mind is lost. How unfortunate for you. How unfortunate for you. Are you back here? Was good? It's okay, especially if you're a fan. I think it was really good. Strength and Shadows, Botany, Resurgence, Unbreakable. Oof. And a brand new part? Oh, is that Scavenger? I haven't seen Scavenger forever. I forgot there was a Nick Cage in this match, honestly. Deja Vu proved they self-leader will make a counter force just like you said. Yeah. Even on a map like that, I don't think Office Phone did like anything for me. I feel like it should have, but it didn't. The most it did was that one moment when I was like, oh, he's within range, but it's Midwich, so he could be upstairs or downstairs or in the hallway that I can't do anything. A Trash in the Gang Dredge skin? I could see it. I could totally see that happening. Here's the thing, though, chat. Here's my genuine question, because how many games have we lost tonight? We lost that one, right? With the 2K on Sanctum of Wrath? I think it's the only match I've lost tonight, right? All the other matches were at least a 3K. Remember, if you want to get my lap, get my lap. Come on. I had to uncross my legs. Well, come on then. No, the Father's Campbell Chapel, we 4K'd that one. No, I 3K'd and they got the last guy got Hatch. I just found him at Hatch. Come on, Yum Yum, Jesus. Okay, fine. Keep staring and looking up at me and not wanting to come up. That's fine. Okay, whatever. My question, because like these teams and survivors haven't been bad or not have, or not like, they didn't like not have like decent builds or anything. I mean, hell, one of those, the one we lost was, no, I didn't lose that one. That was the one versus the 3 P100s and like 2 brand new parts and a syringe. My point is, like, it really does, this isn't me trying to be egotistical or anything, it really does make me wonder if I'm better at this game than I think I am. Or if people are really worse at this game than they think they are. That I can make this piece of crap build somehow still result in multiple wins. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. I'll open the door soon. Okay? Are you good or are they bad? I don't know. Maybe Office Phone is secretly good and I just have no way of knowing. She's a good girl. She's a very good girl. I got you food today. I remembered. If only you would actually eat. Yum yum. I know you're working on your figure, but come on. But, chat, oh wait, hang on, it's Tuesday. Hooray! Also, I didn't even check the Rift Pass things, but I do have to check something. I have to do something. This 250 is going to Zarina. Hooray, 12 more kicks. I didn't even check the new Rift Pass ones. Not that it matters.
Please deposit 5 coins.
It has a cooldown.
Please deposit 5 coins.
Shit. 2 more weeks till the new Rift.
Please deposit 5 coins.
Well, chat, on that note, we are ending early. Like I said, I've got a couple overtime shifts I have to pull, so
Please
I
deposit 5 coins.
don't get my day off tomorrow, so I'm ending early to get some rest. Let's see. We'll be on to Twitch. Expansion?
That's not on you. That's
Well, damn, Meiji and
Please deposit 5 coins.
Meiji and Indy are doing a collab I was not aware of. Anyways, we're gonna raid Meiji. Wonderful Plague Man.
Fix your fucking game, devs.
I love you guys as always. Have a good one. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll still be back. I'm just, like I said, I'm getting off early. But yeah, love y'all. Have a good one.